absolute insane game. So many emotions, so many ups and downs. But the Cubbies are in the driver's seat. The Cubs are in a situation where they can walk it off. We have the top of the lineup rolling over. We have Ian Happ, Kyle Tucker, Seiya Suzuki with the runner on second. There should be no excuse why the Cubs don't send the Dodgers packing right now. Right now, the Cubs need to get this done. Do not let it get into the next inning. The longer that this game goes on, the higher probability we have a chance of losing. Ian Happ got it through. Go home, Bruin. Yeah. Is this the game of the year? I don't even know. Oh, my God. Woo! Let's go, Hodge. Strike him out. Strike him out. Conforto's batting 194 on the season. Do not let him beat you. Do not let him beat you. Come on, kid. Let's end this shit in the bottom of the 10th. This team doesn't go away. This team doesn't just die out. This team fights. It fights to the death is what it does. Hey, if you guys want to drop down below in the comments why Gage Workman is still on the Cubs, and if any of you see anything in this guy, please let me know down in the comments, and please try and persuade me why I shouldn't just completely blow the hell up at the moment. Gage Workman has been nothing but an abysmal player for the Cubs. He has done jack shit for the Cubs since he's been on this team. Hey, Gage Workman had a great spring. Let's see what this guy does. Hey, well, it's spring training. Nobody gives a shit, Gage. Oh, this guy was an elite defender in the minor league system, so his gloves should translate to the major league level. Hey, whatever scout said that, you should be fired for being so damn wrong. Gage Workman with two terrible errors today. An error in the first inning, which ultimately led to Tommy Edman hitting a 3-run bomb in the first inning. Thanks, Gage Workman. And then just now, a routine play at third base. Mookie Betts, he could have fired at home or stepped on the bag. Nope. Dropped the ball to set up Freddie Freeman hit a double down the line. Hey, Gage, pack your bags and get the hell out of Chicago, buddy. And while we're at it, let's send Discount Jed packing as well. Let's send the DJ back to where the hell he came from in San Diego. You go into this season with 0 third baseman. Nothing. You go into this season with this bullpen, huh? And you thought it was going to be a good idea? A bunch of old veteran relievers that nobody wants anymore? When's enough, Jed? When are you going to actually put a good team on the field? This is the most easily winnable ball game I've ever seen in my life. Where's Kyle Tucker's contract extension? Where's that at? Where's that at, Jed? Hey, if we sign Tucker, here, I have a damn thought. We could trade Kevin Alcantara as well as Owen Casey and get someone good. Maybe some more bullpen help. Maybe go out there and trade for Emmanuel Clase, or go out there and have another starting pitcher, or maybe get another third baseman because we don't have a third baseman. We really thought Matt Shaw was going to come into Wrigley and just all of a sudden fill the shoes of Chris Bryant off rip when we had him, or a good third baseman. The kid's young. He was rushed in the minor league system. Of course there was going to be growing pains. Damn it. I talked about limiting the chaos in my last video, which means don't give up and don't make any errors. Make the routine play. Keep people off the bases. throw strikes. And what does whatever the hell his name is, Keller, do? What does he walk the bases loaded? And then Gates Workman can make a routine play? That's what you call creating chaos, and that's what bad teams do. Anytime your team puts up 7 runs, especially off of a person like Dustin May, and we're still going to lose this game, that is mind boggling to me. That's completely asinine. Yeah, I can't wait to lose the ball game tomorrow. I cannot wait. And how many times am I going to have to talk about, yeah, it's easier said than done. I get that. Right? But if the Cubs want to be legitimate World Series contenders this year, the strikeouts with runners in scoring position has to stop. That has to come to a screeching halt. What inning was it? Bottom of the second, runners on second and third, no outs. Everyone strikes out. Those are 2 runs the Cubs could have used right now, and they happen again in like the 4th or 5th inning or something like that. What is up with this team and striking out with runners in scoring position? Nico Hoerner, the guy who never strikes out, quote unquote. What are you swinging at, dude? The ball was 3 feet off the plate. All you had to do was make contact. Quinn Berry sending Ian Happ against Andy Pages, or Pages, whatever his last name is, who is an absolute cannon in left field. That's not smart. And one last thing, and I'm going to change topics and talk about the positives of this game, right? That I don't even want to talk about anymore because of this bull crap. But one last thing. All right. Brad Keller on the mound, right? First guy gets on, right? Okay, Craig Counsell, his gears should maybe start kicking up, should maybe start moving, right? All right. If he allows another guy on, or loses the count and is in a hitter's count, maybe I should start calling the bullpen and getting Daniel Palencia or Porter Hodge or anyone else up in that damn bullpen to maybe come in and extinguish the flames. But no, you're going to allow Brad Keller to load the bases with no outs, right? And then you're going to start calling the bullpen to where now they have to stretch and now they got to get warmed up, right? And allow Brad Keller to see at least 2 or 3 more at bats before one of those players can come in. That's ridiculous. I learned about this in the damn Marine Corps. You should not, okay, hold on. I'm trying to think of what I'm trying to say here. You should not be reactive to a situation. You should not be reactive to where, oh, Brad Keller clearly doesn't have it and now we're in deep shit, so let me go ahead and try and get someone up in the bullpen. You should be proactive. Proactive is the word that we always threw around in the Marine Corps, all right? That means, hey, you see something coming from a mile away and you're already preparing and gearing up for that issue at hand. Not, I'm just going to sit back and wait for hopefully Brad Keller to get out of the damn inning when clearly he can't throw a freaking strike. I don't even know what to think about Craig Counsell either. There are days I like him and there's days I can't stand the dude. But I will say something about him. He is not worth $40 million. He was not worth getting rid of David Ross because, quite frankly, I haven't seen anything from Craig Counsell. Nothing. He has no emotion in his damn game. He has absolutely zero leadership, or at least shows zero leadership. This is bullshit, is what I like to call it. All right, so that's enough, crap talking and being pissed off. Let's talk about some of the positives in this game. Starting off with Kyle Tucker. Kyle Tucker, 2 stolen bags today, 6 for 6 on the season. Wonderful. Dude's been an absolute blessing and a joy to watch. And, he will keep this up because he is Kyle Tucker. He's one of the league's best players. And I really hope that contract extension comes soon because I can't stop thinking about the thought of losing Kyle Tucker. The thought of not having Kyle Tucker on this team after this season just keeps me up at night. It really does. Maybe I care too much. I just want to see this damn team win another World Series. I got the taste of one. doesn't stop there. I want to see more. I want more. Maybe that's greedy. I don't care. 108 years without a World Series. Yeah! Kyle Tucker, as I'm talking about Kyle Tucker, he just hits a 2-run bomb. Where's this guy's contract, Jed? Why hasn't it worked out yet? Unbelievable. Woo! Let's go, baby. All right, back on topic. One World Series in 108 years, that's not enough. We're going to be greedy now. We want more. We want more. We want to be Red Sox level where we win 4 World Series in a decade or excuse me, almost 2 decades. That's the level of play that I want to be at for the Cubs, to where we are consistently in the big picture at the end of the season fighting. We're not a small market team to where we let players like Tucker leave. We extend them. That's what we do. We're a big market team. But I guess Tom Rick is just worried about breaking even, like he's so broke or something. Like the Cubs aren't worth $4.7 billion. Billion. Well, let's move on from that topic because we have a whole lot to talk about as well. Dansby Swanson. Nice to see Dansby Swanson, actually swing the bat with some authority, right? But I feel as if even when Dansby Swanson does something good, it's still a huge disappointment and he still pisses me off, right? All right, clutch hit by Dansby, right? Legs out the triple, but why were you jogging out of the batter's box? Why were you jogging down the first base line acting like you got all of that ball when clearly you didn't because it stayed in the park? We're paying you $177 million, right? And you're going to jog down the first baseline when you're not even batting your own body weight. Make it make sense. Has this guy lost his mind? Because I'm pretty sure he has. I think Dansby Swanson has. Sorry, I thought something happened there in the ball game again. But yeah, not a good look on Swanson. Get it together, man. We're paying you a whole lot of money for you to sprint down the line, not jog down the line. You're not Barry Bonds. You don't hit moon shots. If you do hit a homer, you barely clear the damn wall. So run it out. That could have been inside the park. Or if not, it could have been close to an inside the park. Maybe the guy overthrows the ball to where you could have made a home there if you're sprinting. Moving on from Dansby Swanson, PCA. PCA's really came into himself. He really has found his image and he's really found himself in that batter's box. 3 for 4 today, a 2-run bomb, clutch hit in the first inning, stolen bags. Dude's doing everything right. PCA deserves more money. I've seen enough of PCA to where this is not a fluke anymore. We saw signs of life last year in PCA, right, in the second half of the season, to where his OPS was pretty much an above average OPS for an extended period of time. We're seeing that right now. PCA is doing wonderful. Pay the man as well. If he wants more than $75 million, pay the man. Everyone knows of his floor ceiling. That's a gamble that I would gladly take. That's a gamble that if I lose on that gamble, I wouldn't beat myself up over, because how good PCA is and how much raw talent the kid has. That's the type of deal that you want to make. Not 177 for Dansby Swanson coming off a career year when he's been a below average hitter his entire career. Good job, Jed. Cubs win in an historic fashion. Cubs win 11-10 on a walk-off hit by Ian Happ. Miguel Amaya with a clutch homer in the bottom of the ninth, game-tying homer. Hey, maybe this is the game of the year. Maybe this is the game of the year. If you guys were to say it was over the Arizona game, I wouldn't argue with you. Unbelievable game. I'll tell you what, though, like I said previously, this team doesn't quit. It does not quit, and that's such a joy to watch as a fan. Such a joy knowing that your team is going to give it all 27 outs of this damn game, because that's what the Cubs do. That's what the Cubs owe the fans of Chicago. Simple as that. We should be running baseball. Baseball is our freaking sport. It's not the Dodgers, not the Yankees. That's the Cubs sports. Always keep the faith. Go Cubs. And I am the Cubby Perspective. And good night.